G'day guys and welcome back. On today's video we will be changing the intercooler piping on my father-in-law's Dmax. It's the 2018 model Dmax. It has been tuned by the lovely people up at Toowoomba by GSL fabrication up there. They have done a few of my cars and a couple of my mates' cars also. Really great job. I have no problems with the way they tune things. They do a really good job there. So this was set up for towing. He's done a couple of laps around Australia. It tows great. He said when he first bought it was a bit lazy, so we took it over to GSL on the second time he came up to see me. So he's originally from Victoria, he's now moved to Queensland. But yeah, once we took it over there, got it tuned, he was more than enough happy with the power and everything it went. So yeah, pretty stoked with that. And now we're just doing some other bits and pieces, not to get power out of. We just noticed that the intercooler piping was swelling up quite bad and it was leaking, so I kind of knew that it was going to be time to change that anyway. So we just went ahead and opted for some aluminium intercooler pipes, the same as what I did with the Ranger. And yeah, I have to say, if it's anything off the Ranger, it's going to be a great difference. So we'll do a 0 to 60 before, a 0 to 60 afterwards. We'll see if there's any difference. It is raining today, so I know this car does produce a little bit of power and a lot of torque. So I don't know if we're going to get 100% of the traction down, but hey, if it starts to spin the tyres, who am I to stop and do, oh no, whoops. We'll just keep going and we'll see what happens. But anyway, we'll get some tools ready, we'll get the pipes ready, and we'll just cut straight to it. Cheers. G'day guys and welcome back. Today we have my father-in-law's Dmax. This is a 2018 model Dmax. We're going to be replacing this intercooler pipe and this intercooler pipe here. They are quite soft and they do expand quite a lot. We'll get a video of it expanding. Before we go ahead and replace it, we're also going to do our 0 to 60 run as well before we replace the cooler piping and after. This car has been tuned by a company called GSL in Toowoomba. It actually is a really nice car to drive. It was tuned for towing. He had a caravan, he was doing a lap around Australia. He went ahead and done that now, and now he's just using the car for everyday stuff. So with the intercooler piping expanding, I wouldn't be too surprised if we start seeing some boost code issues. Maybe an overboosting issue, something like that. And if that's the case, then we'll just take it back into GSL and have it redone. Mainly because it would have been expanding this hose quite significantly when it was tuned, and now we're going to go and eliminate that out of the expansion, out of the out of its life. Well, we may start seeing some codes pop up. So anyway, we'll see what happens, and we'll start off our process. Alright, so we're just going to pull up here and do our 0 to 60 run. So we've stopped, flat. That's 60. Traction control light came on. I don't know if you guys seen that. It did start wheel spinning there for a second and then caught itself. This car has been tuned and it does go exceptionally well. It's going to be very hard to try and get the full traction to the ground in these wet roads. But you know, we're trying our best here. We'll do it before and after. But yeah, we'll see how it all goes. Alright, so we're going to watch this pipe in particular. You can actually see down here, it's actually leaking a bit of oil out of here. So we do know there is a leak there as well. But we'll go in foot brake. As you can see, that expanded quite a lot, and again. Right, so that's what we're going to change and stop that from happening. This is a silicone pipe, so it shouldn't be doing that anyway. And then we will change that one as well. Like I said, this is really easy to change. It's just the two just there. And then, and it's just these two right here. So really simple, really easy to place. We'll get that done. We may even tighten up his aircon belt because it seemed a little bit wobbly there as well. Yeah, we'll get the pipes out and get to it. Righto, so we're just going to pull off the engine cover just so we can get to this one properly. We don't have to, but I think it just would be a lot easier, a lot nicer. Now this is not very difficult at all. Anyone with any kind of basic hand tools can do this. You don't even need a ratchet or anything like that. You can just use a Phillips head or a flathead. One thing that Isuzu actually did really well in all their hose clamps is they actually used a star or a flat. So pretty handy to know that the majority of the hose clamps are like that, unless they're the push type. Okay, so what I like to do with any hoses, I like to twist them, and that sort of breaks the seal, and then you can twist them, and maneuver them, and pull them off. So, as we can see down here, we have lots of engine oil. Actually, lots of engine oil, which is kind of concerning. But yet it does not blow any smoke. So, I dare say it'll use it. But maybe it's something we can just keep an eye on. Now what I will do is when I get this all off, I'll actually just grab a rag and some brake clean and just clean up some of this oil stuff on the top of the turbo so we can monitor it and keep a better idea on what it's doing. See, as you can see with this hose here, it's a bit stuck, so we can turn. And if you really can't get it, so I can't get this one, and we can just peel it up like that. As soon as you start getting some movement out of it, there we go. And that one's off too. So now we will get our rag and stuff. So it looks like that these smaller ends will be for the throttle body and the turbo. So they'll both go on like that. And then you got these two will be for the intercooler piping and then for the actual intercooler itself. So fairly straightforward. Yep, perfect. So obviously we can tell that this one here is for this one. It's the same orientation as this. And then we'll be able to see that this one is the same as this one. Perfect. So we'll put our bung in here, get everything ready, and we'll be back. Righto, so we've gone ahead and put the intercooler piping on. It's a really nice tight fit, this kit. It's the same kit as what I bought for the Ranger. It's from that Terrain Industries. This one here was really tight to get on. I actually had to undo this one here and just lift that up just a little bit to allow me some room just to, as I lifted this up and lifted this up, I put it back in sequence like that, and it was all nice and easy. So we'll just give this tablet cover Roll the engine cover, wipe over. We've checked the aircon belt, done all that. Everything's happy days there. Now we'll take it for a test drive. We'll do our 0 to 60 and we'll see how it all goes. Righto, so first impressions back in the Dmax again. We'll see how it goes. I've already felt a difference there straight away. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. That's really actually quite good. I'm using maybe a big toe width on the throttle, and that's, you know, that's cruising. Alright, well, happy days on this one. This feels really good. Having a tuned common rail diesel is like, it changes the car entirely. It really is next level. So they leave so much like on the plate to be able to tune and increase the power, torque and fuel economy in most cases. And it's actually quite crazy on how much is left there from the dealerships, or from the actual manufacturer, I should say, not dealerships. But yeah, we've actually got a bit of dry road. It's lightly spitting, so it's not quite as bad as what it was previously. But we'll get to our little mark just here. Make sure there's no one behind us. And flat. 60. I can actually feel that there is a lot more throttle response involved in this, especially like just doing that, like just easing into it, and you can feel it. It's actually, that's quite impressive. Cool. All right, well, we'll do a little bit of driving around. We did notice some oil in the intercooler piping. It was probably a little bit more than what we initially thought that was going to be there. So we'll probably look at putting the catch can on this thing too. Oh, that, honestly, that off the bottom mid-range drivability, that's really good. Yeah, I think the father-in-law is going to be extremely happy with this. So yeah, I'm stoked. This is very easy, cheap, and quick modification to do, and it does give you great gains. I'm not going to lie. So yeah, very happy. All right, guys. So we've finished off the intercooler piping. Now we've taken it for drives. Have to say, mid-range and off the bottom, drivability is really good in this car. It was already good before. Now it's exceptional. I can drive around anywhere from 0 to 80 kilometers an hour by just moving my big toe. So just pushing down on the throttle like that, I can go from 0 to 80k an hour in a very timely fashion. It's not like it's really slow. I know I wouldn't have cars behind me thinking, come on you dickhead, get out of the way, we've got places to go. So that would be, you know, it's just like a normal car, and I mean, I'm literally using a big toe width. So, and no, I don't have, you know, 50 centimeter long big toes, in case you're wondering. But no, this thing's exceptional. The piping kit was really easy to fit, especially on these cars. It's all in the engine bay. It's very easy to see. Anyone with some basic hand tools could do it. I think I used a 7mm for the hose clamps, a 10mm just to maneuver one intercooler pipe up a little bit, and a screwdriver to help just guide one of the silicon joints on. I think that was it. Actually, it's like they're very minimal tools. It took a whole whopping about 5 to 10 minutes to do. So I mean, you know, really easy job. If we're going to have any issues with this car now, it's going to be an overboost pressure code will appear, and that's because we're not expelling any of the energy from the turbo to expand that pipe. It's now going straight into the motor. So when the ECU may be demanding, say, 17 pound of boost for the engine to read 15, because it's being tuned in factory form, it would demand 15, and the motor will just get whatever it's given. So it might get 12, might get 10, who knows, depending on how bad the system is. This one's being tuned, so the ECU may demand like 15, 17 to allow for this expansion of that pipe, and then the engine sees it's 15. So we may see some overboosting codes now. If that's the case, we'll take it back there, back to GSL and Toowoomba, I'm sure they'll happily retune it, and yeah, it'll be a good thing. So anyway, this is another video done. We'll try and move on to the I've got some work on a Holden Cruise coming up, which is, yeah, they're kind of gross thing. I don't really know if we'll be filming that one, but we've done a lot of work previously. It's done a head gasket and warped the head, and yeah, it was a bad deal. But anyway, we've got all that sorted now. I've put a new head on it, and yeah, we've got most of that sorted now. We do have some work coming up on a Nissan Patrol, which is a cool build. It's actually mine. It's a 6-speed auto L98 6-litre V8 LS into the Patrol, and we have done from ground up rebuild on it. So I'll run you through all that, which will be pretty cool. We also have some different footage coming up pretty soon too, which I hope you guys will be cool for. And anyway, let me know what you guys want to see, whether it's boating, camping, fishing, motorbike riding on either the bitumen, like, you know, going on a long cruise, or dirt bike stuff. But yeah, well, we do a lot of stuff. We do speedway some stuff as well. So whatever you want to see, just drop it down in the comments, and we'll see what we can come up with and try and get some different content for you guys. And hopefully it'll be different to everyone else's, because I like banter, and I'm sure that my mates love banter, and we do get stuck into each other. Anyway, well, thanks for that. This is peace out. See you later. Catch us on the next one. See ya.